Hey there, and welcome to the Confident Woman Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Brooks. Join me as I sit down and chat with co-hosts, friends, and carefully curated guests and talk about all the things that empower you to become your best and most confident self. So, let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back. And wow, here we are, Christmas Day. Super excited for this episode, and just super excited to spend this time with you. So whether you are listening on the go, going to holiday events or gatherings or whatever that might be for you, or maybe today is all about you and you're just taking some quiet time for yourself, whatever, wherever, I just want to thank you for being here with me today. And so today's episode is special, and not just because of today and not because it's just Christmas, but it's special because today is about more than just celebrating. It's about reflecting, restoring, and renewing. And I don't know about you, but the past few years have felt like a complete whirlwind. And if I'm being honest, there were many times when I didn't think I would make it through. But here I am, sitting here recording this episode for you, and I'm reminded of the incredible power of healing and hope. And today, I want to share what this season means to me and invite you to reflect on what it means to you too. So this time last year, I was in a completely different place. If you've been following me and my journey, you know that 2022 and 2023 nearly broke me. And to be honest, I was just running on fumes. I was chasing success, these mile markers, and all the things that I thought I should be doing. And as I found myself doing so, it's like I was constantly striving to prove something. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Still got some inner work to figure that stuff out. But what I realized is that I was trying to prove something. Well, maybe even for myself. I'm still figuring out all the pieces together. But the cool thing is that it is a place where I find myself in 2024 in a completely different place, which is amazing. And this was the year of rebuilding, piece by piece. And let me tell you, rebuilding doesn't always look pretty. In fact, it's quite messy, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, and it's hard, man. They don't call this growing pains for nothing. This is legit a season of expansion and growth and healing and transformation and all the things. But let me just tell you this. It is so worth it. I learned that healing doesn't mean going back to who you used to be. It means becoming someone new. And for me, this year was about stepping away from that hustle, the pressure, and the world's version of what success is. And instead, it was about finding peace, finding purpose, and finding freedom. There's a verse that's carried me through this season, and I want to share it with you. It's from Isaiah 43:19, and it is, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." Doesn't that just stop you in your tracks? Like, seriously, this is the Lord speaking. And when I heard this verse, I was like, dang, wow. And I think as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about how many of us are wandering in our own wilderness. We feel lost, we feel stuck, and we even feel unsure of what's next. But this verse is a promise. It's God saying, I see you, I'm with you, and I'm making a way. And that's what Christmas is all about, isn't it? It's about hope, renewal, a fresh start. It's about remembering that no matter where you've been or how far you've drifted, we're never too far gone. So this year, Christmas feels less like a holiday and more like a reminder. A reminder that healing takes time, a reminder that we're not alone, and most importantly, a reminder that we are loved, we are worthy, and we are enough right here, right now. We don't need to be chasing. We don't need to be striving. We don't need to be producing or performing. We don't need to be taking action all the time. But maybe this is a cue to rest. And that's a gift that you can give yourself. So maybe today doesn't look like the picture perfect Christmas that you imagined, and that's okay. And maybe this season is less about celebrating and more about resting, reflecting, and simply being. Wherever you are, however you're feeling, know this: you are exactly where you're meant to be. As we close out this year, I want to invite you to take a moment just for yourself. Grab a journal, sit in silence, or even just think on this. What did this past year teach you about yourself? What are you ready to release as you step into this new year? And more importantly, what do you need to feel restored, renewed, and ready for what's ahead? Take the time to reflect because those answers hold the key to your next chapter. So before we wrap up, again, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, for showing up, for trusting me with your time and your heart. This podcast isn't just a journey, it's our journey. And I am honored to walk this path with you. And as we go through the rest of today, this is my hope for you. I hope that you feel the weight of this season, not the weight of expectations or pressure, but the weight of grace, of love, of hope, of joy, and the gift of presence. That is the meaning of being here on this day and giving thanks. So let this be a reminder that healing is possible, hope is real, and freedom is yours for the taking, should you choose. So with that in mind, friends, Merry Christmas, and until next time, take care and remember, you have the power to create your own story. Hey there, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Confident Woman Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode as much as I did, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a review. Thanks again for listening.